You're not stuck because you're lazy or you just want to be. You're stuck because you're still thinking. Now, you don't overthink walking, do you? No, you just get up and walk. But when it comes to your goals, you'll spend years thinking, planning, and doubting without ever taking a step. That's why in this video, I'm going to help you break that cycle. I'm going to give you clarity and the mindset shifts needed to finally take action. And once you do, nothing can hold you back. So the first thing we got to talk about is having a stupid, simple plan. So my ultimate plan right now is to get financial freedom. I need to use the bathroom. I'm going to pause this video and come back. Them morning poops be hitting different every time. Every time. But anyway, my plan has always been to get financial freedom. Because I feel like, why not, you know? And I remember when I first started out, it wasn't with YouTube. Like, the first plan I had was to start a blog where I would just juggle and say wise things. That was it. In the blog was going to be called Juggling Wisdom. And I actually did that. And then I eventually got on TikTok because I saw people didn't really care to read. So I got on TikTok and would make videos and like, and maybe if I feel like it, I'll put a video up so you can see. Maybe. But if you don't, sorry, I didn't make any promises. But like I would do that. And eventually that led me to where I am now, where I'm making content on self-improvement and I'm finally got clients and I've gotten a business model that works for me. It started from just juggling to here. So what does this mean? You need a stupid, simple plan. You need a stupid, simple plan to get started. And I say stupid, simple because we love to overcomplicate things and have the perfect plan without realizing it's like a plan doesn't matter. Like the perfect plan doesn't matter because it's not the plan. It's not the first plan you make that will get you there. Plans don't get you there. They just get you moving. And then when you get moving, you can start to change things around and tweak the plan. And then you'll get moving in a different direction. And then the plan tweaks. And then you go to a different direction. You go through plan after plan after plan. The plan itself doesn't matter because the first plan you make will change. And the new plan that you think is so perfect will change. But you just need a plan to get started. That's it. That's why you need a stupid, simple plan to get you started. Because once you get started, that's what will get you there. Because then you start seeing what's working, what's not working, what needs to change, what you can do better of, how can you improve. But how can you get that knowledge, information, if you haven't even started? If you're overthinking, level planning, you won't. So, have a stupid, simple plan. That's it. So how can you do this? Literally, think about your end goal. If you don't have an end goal, this isn't gonna help you. Like you gotta have an end goal you're trying to get to, a destination. And if you need help like figuring all that stuff out, all you gotta do is click the first link in my description and we can work together on your goals and help you reach them. But ultimately, you want to think about the end goal and ask yourself, what's the one big milestone that I can reach that will get me closer to my goal? Now, when you figure out your one milestone, forget everything else. Don't worry about the next milestone, the third milestone, none of that. That doesn't matter. Focus on the first milestone and now make a stupid, simple plan to help you reach that first milestone. And then when you reach that first milestone, then think about the next milestone and you'll work from there. Because it doesn't matter. Like having a complete detailed plan from A to Z isn't going to work because the minute you get started on that plan, it's going to change. So why waste your time in the first place? There was a quote that came to my mind. I can't remember it. But anyway, make your milestone, and then when you make your milestone, you break down the simple steps to get you there. Get started with the understanding that will change. But what matters is that you get started. All you gotta do is get started. So for me, one of my goals is to master calisthenics. And so my milestone right now is to be able to do 25 push-ups. Slow, good form push-ups in a row. I started doing 3 push-ups, and now I can do 17 in a row. I'm getting close. But I would not have gotten there if I had just, if I had spent all my time looking up perfect moves to learn and all this stuff, I wouldn't have gotten here. I wouldn't have gotten stronger and built a love for push-ups. But because I said, okay, what's the milestone? Oh, I'll just throw out a number, 25 push-ups in a row. Now I'm working towards that and I'm making progress. So you ain't gotta be perfect. You just need something. So now that you have this stupid, simple plan The next thing you gotta do is expect the plan will work. And there's this one story I love to tell. And basically, there's these people, these villagers in the desert, and they were on their end. They were barely there. They were about to die. They needed some water real bad. And so they're looking around, and they find this monk. And they run to the monk, and they plead. They say, please, make it rain, please. And we need water, please. And the monk said, hey, yo, chill. Well, don't worry. Go back to your village. It's going to rain. Next day, the villagers come storming back to the monk. They're mad. They're like, yo, you told us it was going to rain, but then it rained. So what's up? What's up? And the monk said, where are they? The villagers are like, what? What do you mean? He said, where are the ditches? The villagers are still confused, scratching their head like, we don't understand. And the monk said, if you expected it to rain, you would have dug the ditches. If you expect your plan to work, you will do the work. That is the only way you achieve what you want, by doing the work. But most of us, we have these big dreams and plans and do nothing. Why? Because we don't expect that we can achieve that. And until you get that expectation inside of your soul, nothing will change for you. So you got to expect that what you make will actually happen. So you actually do the work to get there. And how can you do that? Level up your beliefs. I have a mindset resource program. Not program, but like I have books you can read, thought leaders you can listen to, music that's high affirmational that I'll put in the description. I would highly recommend you tapping into, because listening to those things, especially the seminars, listening to those things will level up your beliefs. I'm telling you. And if you really want to level up fast, I would recommend listening to Les Brown, Jim Rohn, and Hamza. I'd highly recommend those. I remember I'm not going to show you my room, but I have like affirmational words all over. And one affirmation that keeps me going, and has kept me going for years, is the saying, I think Henry Ford or Tom Ford said this, but if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. But either way, you're right. Think about that. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. No matter what you think, you're right. So why not think that you can? Why not go all in the possibility that it can happen? Because if that's how you're thinking, if you're seeing the glass half full, you're satisfied and you're going to do what it takes. You're going to keep showing up. You're going to do the work. But if you see the glass is half empty, you're not happy with that. If you think you can't, why would you try? Why would you expect things to happen to you if you think you can't? Why would you put work on your goals and go through the trials and the errors and keep falling and getting back up when you think you can't? The reason I continue showing up despite not having a big fan base is because I think it's possible. I think I can. Because I leveled up my beliefs and I've seen what other people can do. So why can't I? I'm a human. No one in this world is better than you. No one. Because we all come from the same source. What makes a difference is your mindset. So you got to level up your beliefs. That's the second thing. First of all, have a plan. Expect it will work. Level up your beliefs. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is living your life. This past month, no, not this month, because it's April now, but March, I went fishing with my friend for like 4 hours. All we did was just sit there with our fishing rods. I didn't catch no fish, by the way, but it was fun. 4 hours went fishing. I went to the zoo and saw these wonderful animals. I went to visit my friends. I took a day off work to visit my friends for 6 hours. I went out late to get Applebee's with my other friends. Like, I was having fun. And throughout that month, I got 3 book calls and I got a new client. And yeah, those results aren't like wonderful. I didn't say I got 15, 20, but I got clients while having fun living life. What do most people say? Most people say you have to work crazy hard to achieve anything. You gotta be grinding 24/7. And I fell into that mindset. But that's not the way it is. Did we forget the saying? What is it? Work hard what? Work hard, play hard. Today, these gurus are telling you the exact opposite. Work hard, play when you're dead. How can you play when you're dead? Do you see people in the graveyards and skeletons coming up and playing? No, they're dead. They're gone. Even though death isn't real, it's just a change of state. But play now. Enjoy life now. You only got one life. Maybe we have more. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I'm dead. But before I die, I'm going to have a good time. And I'm still going to achieve success. I still got book calls. I still got a client. Like, it still worked out. Even though I wasn't working all the time on YouTube or whatever, I still saw success. I still saw progress. And the same thing applies to you. So the last thing I'm suggesting to you is to have fun and indulge in your inner child. Everything is an energy thing. And if you can have fun in life, that means you are in a state of love, bliss, joy. And when you're feeling that, the things you attract from the universe is the exact same thing. You'll attract nothing but goodness. You'll show up to your work with a newfound energy and you'll see success in that. I think it was Darwin. I'm saying his name wrong. The guy Charles Darwin, he literally changed the world with his ideas. And this man didn't work more than 4 hours a day. So why are you working like 10? Why are you overworking yourself? When the guy who made one of the biggest contributions to our society, to our world, worked about 4 hours a day. So that's just some things for you to think about. Make a plan, expect it to work, have fun, live life, and you will not be stuck anymore. You'll be enjoying life and making progress on your goals. You got this.